Hi, my name is Brad. I'm a salesperson here at Surfing Hydrangea Nursery. We're located at 91 Somerset Road out on Nantucket. And today I thought we would do a little chat about how to prune Hydrangea Paniculata, in particular tree form Hydrangea Paniculata. Now, Hydrangea Paniculata are a group of hydrangeas like this one that have conical shaped flowers. They're pointy like this, and they bloom on new wood. So you have to keep that in mind when you're pruning them. And there's a couple of different cultivars that are out there. One called Limelight is very popular now. There's Tardiva, Pink Diamond, Unique. There's a lot of them. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started pruning this particular one. And this one is PeeGee, or Paniculata grandiflora. It's sort of the granddaddy of them all, so it's a perfect thing to work on. Okay, so before you start pruning any shrubs, you always want to keep in mind your objectives. And our particular objectives here are to remove any dead or dying branches, anything weak or broken. That's the first thing. And the second thing is to create a balanced shrub that's going to produce a nice show of flowers again next year, and that's good to look at next year. Okay, so here we go. Take a look at your shrub and visualize how you want it to look after you've pruned it. Don't get going like crazy gangbusters before you know how you want it to look. Otherwise, you'll end up with something a little less than perfect. So here you see we have a trunk like this. This is what gives us the tree form, and then we have a branched head on the top of the shrub, and that's what gives you the canopy that makes it a tree. So we definitely want to preserve that. And then once we keep that in mind, we're going to go in and just remove anything that's dead or broken. This one's not too bad. Here's a broken branch here. I'll remove that. Here's a little spindly one. I'd probably take that one out. So that would be the first thing. This one's really not too bad. And then the next thing to think about would be doing any structural pruning. So if you have any major branches crossing across the center of the head, or anything coming out, say, along your trunk here, sometimes they'll sprout out from here. So if there was anything there, I would just take those off, sort of flush to the trunk. But again, we're doing well here. And then if we needed to thin it out at all, again, this is a young tree, so there's not a lot of thinning to do, but maybe I might think about taking out just one little section there entirely, just to keep it well balanced. And then now we can go through and really shape the crown and make it the shape that we want it to be, and also induce good flowering next to the main structure of the tree. So I'm just going to go in and tip all of the old branches that came up last year, just like this, really quickly. And you can see what I'm doing when I'm doing that is I'm creating these short stubs that are next to the main branch, which is forming the head of the shrub. And these short stubs are what are going to produce the stems for next year that will again then flower like this one out here. So they'll come off a main branch and then they'll flower like that. So I'm just going to continue doing that. It's important not to leave too much growth on the end of these. Otherwise, you get more and more spindly growth, and the more spindly growth you have, the easier it is for it to break and bend and hang down. And then again, you don't have a lot of flowers next to the main structure of your little tree. So that's basically it on this one. Again, it's a young one, so there's not a lot of work to do. But just to kind of review, we've kept it a tree shape. We've formed the head like this so that it'll have a crown. And then I've taken all of the longer ones back to really short stubs of maybe a group of 2 buds, maybe 3 buds maximum. And that way we'll get a lot of new growth that's strong next to the center of the tree, and it should flower very uniformly and be a really nice tree next year. So there you have it. That's how you prune a Hydrangea Paniculata tree form.